Fox will take the 74th running of the Manitoba Derby. A 16th of a mile to go. Manojera is going to give Henry Wynn Jr. his first Manitoba Derby. Running of the Manitoba Derby. Shoot up with the lead with the 16th of a mile to go. Judo taking the Harvey Warner Manitoba Mile. Yeah, baby, you just can't beat them at ASD.
The Manitoba Jockey Club acknowledges that we are on Treaty 1 territory, and the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Anisininew, Dakota, Lakota, and Dene peoples, and the national homeland of the Red River Métis. We pay our respects to the First Nations and Métis ancestors of this land.
And welcome everybody to ASD Live, brought to you by Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries, day 27 on the racing calendar. Let's take a quick look back at yesterday's racing action. Who is hot? Well, on the jockey side, it was Antonia Whitehall who got the bookends, winning the first and the last race. So he's on top now with 22 wins. Sven Balrup with 14. Kieran Kellowan with 20. Kieran Kellowan with 14. Neville Stevenson with 12. Javadil Patterson with 11. And on the trainer's side, Jerry Gorno, 38. Steve Keplin Jr., 19. Michael Nault had 2 wins on the card, so that puts him up to 12. Wendy Anderson also with the win. She has 12. And Robert Mabin sneaks on with 7. Stretch, what'd you see on the racetrack?
Yeah, good racing. Other than the first race where we had that $2.40 horse that won and got bet down, there were so many races. Probably, I thought, my most evenly bet day of races. There was co-favorites around $6 and up and down around even the 8. We had there's a couple races that even had no horses over 10-1.
Yeah, that was crazy,
wasn't it? Yeah, it just tells you how competitive the races were and how tricky they were. Pick 5 paid $2,300. Neither of us had that.
Nope.
And that was only for 20 cents. And then the pick 4 paid $5,400. I was rolling along, and so I was close, but close doesn't cash tickets.
No, it doesn't cash tickets. And you had a horse on the lead, and unfortunately, a 16th of a mile too far.
Correct. Yes. And so the pick 5 today, it's going to be over 500,000 if you're the lone ticket. I think today is the last chance to get the entire pool yourself.
I agree.
There is a chance because in the third race, well, as we go through the races, if the third race Big Key loses, I think there's a small chance. If it doesn't, it probably doesn't go with almost any combination after that. The reason I mention this is because we have racing on Monday, and it's mandatory payout of the pick 5.
Yeah. Derby Day.
Yes, and Derby Day. I think the pool will be worth over $2 million is usually, it can
Yep.
go 3 times is usually what it is. So the payout's still going to be really good. You got to take a shot there. You're going to have over $500,000 of dead money. So basically it becomes a player's bet because everything bet is coming back. And as you mentioned about Derby Day, interesting, not everybody knows, or just explain how it works, because there were nominations, and
Yep.
then today you now know how many. So if you could explain that for a second.
Well, nominations at Assiniboia Downs, usually at a lot of other racetracks, you have to pay to nominate your horses into a race. So if you were coming into the Derby, say the Kentucky Derby, use that as an example, you got to pay in to nominate probably about $5,000. But for us, it's zero to nominate. So what you can do is nominate your horse to the Manitoba Derby. It has to be a 3-year-old, of course, because the Manitoba Derby is for 3-year-olds. Can be a girl, that's fine. But all you do is nominate, absolutely free. You get on the sheet, it'll come out. You nominate about 2 weeks out of the race. They put the sheet out, then you can kind of take a look at it. We started with 25 horses. We did actually get all the entries for the Derby today, and we can release that there will be 9 horses in the Derby. We're not going to tell you who it is until the press conference. That is on this Friday, just after noon. And 9 ended up going. So you get to look at it a little bit and say, well, this might be too tough for me. I'm going to stay at home instead. There's an easier race.
Yeah, so the nomination is free, but to enter, there's a fee.
Yes, for us to enter, just to enter the race is $1,125. And then if you actually start in the race, it's another $1,125.
Okay, for sure. Good stuff. I like that. Good card today. We have all the distances, both short, long. We have competition from 2-year-olds to the older top allowance horses. And I can't forget about a couple 10-year-olds running in a race. So how big is that? From 2 to 10, we've got. So certainly a fun card. We're going to go through the card. You can see it's a little bit of a delay. We'll talk about that more. But
yeah, we do have a little bit of delay. Well, how about a little story time stretch?
Yes.
Okay.
So Derby, do you have? You're going to go.
I have a story. It's not always you.
Oh, all right. Go ahead.
But amazingly, you are in this story.
Okay.
Okay, I've been going to Barbados for about the last 20 years. And I arrived this year, got right off the plane. My ride took me to a nice little rum shop. And
shocking.
Yeah, big surprise, going to get a cold one. Hey, it's a long flight. You got to go to Toronto.
Sure.
It's a 5-hour and about 20-minute flight. And then you get out and then that heat hits you because, you're coming from Winnipeg and Toronto, which there's snow everywhere. But I walk into this rum shop and this big Jamaican guy. Well, he's Bajan, but he looks Jamaican. He's a Rastafarian, Morris. And Reynolds were sitting at the table, and Morris jumps up, big guy. Kurt, how you doing? I say, good. How are you? And then he goes, where's Stretch? I'm like, I brought my wife. I don't know about bringing Stretch to Barbados. But, and then he says, try the hot sauce. And he actually sent me some of that hot sauce. And Stretch, I know you don't like spice. And I really do. Morris, it was unbelievable. It is a 12 on the scale of 1 to 10. That hot sauce, it really gets you, but it's absolutely delicious. But Stretch, you're known in Barbados.
Oh, that's a great story.
Yeah, I thought I'd
shout
tell
out to
that
Morris
one.
and Reynolds.
Yeah, Morris and Reynolds. I hopefully see him again this year.
Good stuff. That's a good story. I'm glad you had a story.
Yeah.
I'm not quite. It's a little bit longer than my short stories.
Well,
but,
we got a little extra time.
all right, here we go. Let's kick it off. Race 1.
All right, we're going to kick it off with the $7,500 claimer for fillies and mares 3 and up. They're going to go 7 furlong stretch. Who do you like in the first?
All right, we had wide open races yesterday. I think this continues in this first race as well. I went with the 2. Kurt seemed to have not watched replays on this, and he watches lots of replays.
Yeah,
so
well, I like a couple other horses in here.
Fair enough. Did not have the cleanest of trips. Stuck on the rail, got shuffled. And why I like her today so much is because once she got out, she was gaining on the leader. And many times when horses get kind of shut off and don't have any time to run, they may make a little bit of move and then kind of flatten. So I think a cleaner trip. I don't like 5-2. It is very early, not much win money in there
no
for
doubt
sure.
about it.
But morning line 12-1. We'll see what it goes with. But I'm taking a shot.
Yeah, I went to number 3, Queen of Attitude, but I am going to be a little reserved on Queen of Attitude. 5-2 right now. Morning line is 4-5. I expect it to be under even money by the time it is post time. But Queen of Attitude, wow, she looked good first time out, but that was going 5 furlongs. Her 2 7-furlong races 2 outs ago, she made a good move down the lane, but it wasn't a big close. It was more like edging along, trying to get there. And last time, made a move, but it was kind of a bit of a flat move. But Blue Spirit and Dancing Raquel, they did run around the racetrack together. This is a massive drop from the allowance and previously $10,000 into the $7,500 claimer. So yes, she is the horse to beat.
I agree completely. And I agree that the 4-5 is the right price. I don't think I would bet the horse. I need like $5 on this horse.
Yeah,
and
so,
I don't think
so would I. Just because that sprint race was so much better than the 2-turn race going 7 furlongs. If it was back to 6 furlongs against these same horses, I would say 4-5 is a bargain.
Yeah, that's fair. And that's why you're trying to figure out the value and how often. I've got we both have the one in here. Has won 2 of 3. Looked good last time. I was pressing the pace and then opening up and then kind of hung on. She's still not at the level she was a couple years ago. If she can she is getting closer. If she gets closer to those races from a couple years ago, she wins this race. So I like how she's running. She's back to winning a bunch of races. So that's why I'm 2-3-1.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is Sherilyn Gogo. Where's the speed stretch?
Yeah.
No speed in here. Sherilyn Gogo is a former stakes placed horse. I didn't give her as much credit as you did last time out, but the way she ran, the bump up shouldn't be a problem. I like her also. And about number 6, My Anticipation, ran a really good second to Foothills Boulevard as the big favorite, where Foothills Boulevard just got away on them and they weren't able to close. But then the next time out, ran against an even tougher second level allowance field. Now drops 3 levels to 7,500. Expect the horse to run better. 3, 1, and 6. Now we're going to carry on to race number 2, a $3,000 claimer for 3-year-olds and up that are non-winners of the year. They're going to go 5.5 furlongs. Scratch number 5, Aves in Command. Stretch. We're both on lovely Saskatchewan.
We are. It is a non-winners race. I would upgrade this race to about a 5,500 claimer, though, because if you look, that was kind of my opinion. You look at the 2, and even Del Vecchio can run a little bit higher.
Yeah,
and
no doubt about it.
Princess.
There's horses that, if they split up and got one of those late non-winners of the year, they'd all be winners.
Correct, and so that's why we've kind of made notes of this. Anyway, starting with the 2, the races may not look that good on form, but you have to understand they're against better competition, and just this horse usually makes up ground in the stretch. Just has to be not too far back. We'll see. We know that Cates is going to the lead.
And probably just plain ordinary the 1.
Correct.
I don't think Del Vecchio is fast enough, but we'll be close up.
Correct. So I think this horse can stalk. Like I said, I think this horse is in a perfect spot to get the 2nd win of the year.
Yeah, I agree with you. I tried Kate's Princess last time out. UVC was the favorite, did come back to win. But Kate's Princess, the distance, 5.5 furlongs, absolutely perfect. Yeah, she's going against the boys, but I didn't mind that last time out. She is quick. Neville Stevenson knows her well, as did Antonio Whitehall, who did ride her last time out. But that was such a gutsy effort. You're not going to get the 13-1 that I was getting last time out. But if she does shake free and just plain ornery does not hook her and give her any kind of early pressure, she just might be long gone.
I'm with you. Best race to this year and even closer to last year. I'm surprised you didn't take just plain ornery. You get ornery sometimes.
Oh, I get ornery all the time. But
anyway, I've got the 6 as my the other 10-year-old. Why leave out the other 10?
Yeah, for sure.
This horse can show speed, but I agree with you completely. I think this horse is just not quite fast enough, but this horse can sit just off the pace. Obviously lost a step in the last year or 2, but still runs closer to some of the races this year, certainly can win at this level. That's why I'm 286.
Yeah, that was a good race against Bling Bling Bling, who was a loose speed, rallied for second. I threw in number 4, Big Ticket, Bombs Away. That race ran at Turf Paradise on March the 10th, third beaten 4. That was an unbelievable race by Big Ticket. First time out, steadied at the break, was well back, tried to make a rally, but Prince Money, that was the third win in a row for that horse. Mr. Dazzle was coming off a win in the non-winners of the year, ran absolutely great, and Rocket's Red Flare was also coming off of a couple of wins. So Big Ticket, I think this is one that could switch the tables and get a big price. So I'm giving it 2, 8, and 4. Now we're carrying on to race number 3, our featured race on the card. It's the Debutante Stakes, 4 2-year-old fillies. They're going to go 5 furlongs, kicking off jackpot pick 5 wagering. Scratch number 3, Cape Fear. And this is going to be a massive favorite in here.
Yeah, saying that the horse is the biggest favorite on the card is just a stupid statement because...
there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
No, first 2-year-old stake of the year, just how it works. We've got a couple horses that have started. One is already in a making of being a star. Smaller fields, but just look at the figures. The horse shows the speed. Winning at Gulfstream, wow, that's a solid race, and then a nice race at Prairie.
Solid race, 10 3/4 winning by. That was a gift race. I watched that one, cleared easy, and was well in hand for the turn home.
Yeah, and then tried another stakes race. It's perfect timing for this horse. There's nothing much to say. You're getting 220, maybe. Maybe two.
Maybe. That is a big maybe. I also like number 1, Thick, the dad, Flame Away. 6 wins, almost $1 million in earnings from 4.5 furlongs all the way to 1 mile and a 16th. The mom had 1 win, $33,000 in earnings. This is the first foal. We did run our first baby race yesterday, and trainer Michael Nault, you gave all the stats on the trainers. Michael Nault was, him and Jared Brown, they were the ones, and both of them are in here, had their babies ready to go, and Michael Nault ended up winning it with Circle the Bird. Thick is a real interesting one. Nothing crazy in the works, but Michael Nault doesn't rev them up in the morning. I like the even works. I like the multiple half miles under the belt. I'm thinking Thick will run a big race.
Yeah, I'm with you, and a great point about don't always have to look at the speed. I like Steady Works. The one that won yesterday didn't have anything flashy that jumped out at us, just the Steady Works. I've also got the 4 in there. Very good works coming in. Yesterday, Jared's horses ran quite well, 2nd and 3rd.
Yep.
And this had much faster works, which only makes sense. This is going to be that much tougher of a race. Decide to put this horse in. The workout that jumps out at me is at 35 from the gate.
Yeah, breezing.
Yes.
So that means it was done easily. The dad was a 6-time winner of $700,000 from 6 to 7 furlongs. The mom was a maiden, 4 half siblings, 3 winners of 1 race, making 14, 18, and 37,000, and a 6-time winner of 58,000. Let's talk about number 2, Vision at Candy, coming by way of Fargo. Yeah, ran 2nd beaten 5 in its first start. Doesn't look like it's much, but that winner, Full Battle Rattle, has now won 3 in a row, and its first race stretch, guess how many lengths it won by? And it was the most I've ever seen. Let's put that in there.
25?
51 and a half lengths.
Gee, I've not seen ever nothing close
at
to
Chippewa Downs, 51 and a half lengths winning by. So I think they were still in the gate, all of them, when it was crossing the wire. So Vision of Candy did lose to a horse that was battle tested with the 3 in a row. And let's talk about number 6, today's agenda. Known Agenda was a 3-time winner of $650,000 at a route of ground. The mom was unstarted, 1 half sibling. That is a maiden.
Okay, good stuff. I'm 5-4-1.
All right, and I'm 5-1-4. Now we're going to carry on to race number 4, kicking off $50,000 guaranteed pick 4 wagering with an allowance optional 17.5 claimer for fillies and mares 3 and up. They're going to go 6 furlong stretch. What about in here?
Yeah, solid allowance race. Looking forward to this, how competitive. I know we have the same 3, but I don't think just those 3 can win it. I think there's some other ones that certainly can.
Well, if they get the right trip, no doubt about it, or if they run back to earlier races, they can definitely
Yeah,
do
and that's
it.
what you get in the high-level allowance races here. So the 3 is my top pick. Basically, all 3 races have been very good. All 3 would win in here with those races. The figures are there. Great. I like the running. I like these kind of running styles for horses.
Yeah, without a doubt.
If there's no speed, right to the lead. If there's some rabbit speed, you can sit just off the pace. And so I think this horse is probably stalking because there's a couple other quicker ones early. But that's okay. I think this horse is better just off.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Battled it out last time out. Was beaten by Chai late. I also like number 1, Blue Spirit. This horse went 7 furlongs last time out. Took advantage of the inside draw and ended up going wire to wire. Beating Dancing Raquel. Peyton's Indian has since come back to win. Dancing Raquel has already won that first level allowance condition and hasn't been worse than second, just running really well as of late. And Blue Spirit runs even better when it sprints and usually doesn't show speed in here. I think there's some other quick ones, but I need a horse that's going to stalk if a bunch of these want to get into a battle like they did last time this race ended up running. So I'm throwing the 1 in with a big chance, maybe even to beat the 3.
Yeah, full credit to you. You're probably busy today with the Derby, and you said, yeah, what's Stretch got to talk about this one horse? That's what he's got to talk about. It was almost actually my top pick. You nailed all the key points in there. A must-use for me. We've got the 6, I get to say the long shot first.
There you go.
Yes, he just put that in there because he saw it again. Long shot of the night. I think this horse certainly can win. Showed more speed last time, which I liked. Shows that the horse is still interested in running. Today, I think the horse can sit just off the pace. If you look back at the second start at ASD, that's the race that this horse could win. You're getting 15 to 1. I think you're going to get somewhere around that.
That should be, because I think Smoochero is going to be well bet in here.
Yeah, and this horse certainly has some talent. I wouldn't be surprised if the horse won, but at least be in the money. That's why I'm 3, 6, and 1.
And I also like that Ronaldo Cumberbatch last time rode the horse. Now he knows a little bit about it, and maybe he's going to come off the pace. I'm giving it 3, 1, and 6. Now we're going to carry on to race number 5, an allowance optional 12-5 claimer for the boys 3 and up. They're going to go 6 furlongs. A little bit of a wide open affair in here, Stretch.
It
Who
is.
do you like?
It is a wide open. Now it's the boys' turn in another good allowance.
I can't believe you left out my top selection.
Yes, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I do have it in the sequence bets for sure.
Okay.
I'm going with the 2. Makes a big drop in competition. Trying to find the level at ASD. Maybe this is the level. This horse says, you look at the allowance, look at the races this horse has been battling. And that's the tricky from the allowance. You've got to kind of know the levels. There isn't some of that other speed that this horse has had to pressure. It gets any kind of breather. I think we're going to get to see where this horse stands. You look at some of the Hastings races. Those are nice races when the horse can get the lead. Gate to wire, we're going to find out.
Yeah, they ended up putting the blinkers back on, and that's why I think improved the horse. I went to number 7, Designated Hitter. Yes, it went from the second level allowance. Soaring for the Sun went from the 3rd down to the 1st. This one goes from the 2nd down to the 1st. But every single race keeps running 4th. Beaten by 3 lengths. What does that tell you, Stretch? 1 drop, and that's the pop time. There is no Wico in here. CPG, Chief Brady, Judo, Tail Lights. Like those competition, 1 to 9 in here. And me and Stretch could probably piggyback on the horse and get around there to win. This horse has run some really good races, but just isn't good enough for that second level allowance. When those types are in there, I'm loving this drop to the 1st level. Won't be too far off of Soaring for the Sun. I expect it to be about 3 lengths away and a big shot to win today.
Yeah, absolutely. Another one that certainly can win. A good point, and just when you know all the horses or the levels, that's so important when they're running in the allowance races. I'm going back to the 4. You've included this one. I was on him last time. I thought last time made it look easy. Stock took over, and then he didn't think the horse was ever going to lose. Basically on the turn, it's like
there's no doubt that's
yeah.
one of those.
Yeah, those are my favorite, by the way.
They are when you bet them.
Bet them, and you're checking them. Is that the right price? I hope that's the right price. Don't change the price. A horse clearly wants to run. The horse comes off a claim. 2 solid works. Top effort. Morning line 7-1. You get that? That's a value play for me.
Yeah, and Buck Owens went up to
Yes.
a second level allowance, ended up running, I think, 4th in there in a 3-horse photo behind Chief Brady. So that was a great race. And Hey Scooby-Doo, the 3rd place finisher, also came back to win. I also like number 6, Finding Ways. This is a horse that, well, is a cardiac horse. If you're going to bet it, coming to the wire, you better be holding your breath inside the 16th pole. Both wins were narrow wins. Both defeats, narrow defeats. But the horse does try every time. I think it's going to give Soaring for the Sun a little bit of run and challenge on the front end. That's why I like Designated Hitter to sit right in behind him. But the horse is running so good. I'm giving it. Did you talk about Classico yet?
No, everybody's waiting. They're sitting on the edge of the chair. It's like, what's...
I bet they are.
Let's go with the 9.
Everybody just went to the washroom.
Oh, yeah. They'll be back for race 6. But the ones that stayed around are going to get paid if they take the 9.
Yeah, if Classico gets it.
Yes, tried to stretch out last time. Did run a good race. Tired late, looked good, and then just kind of now cuts back. Workout coming in. Look, if this horse runs back to his first couple races at ASD, I think this horse certainly can win. We'll need the right trip because it is a tough field, but I just think this horse is better after that last, because they did bet the horse last time in another tough field, and so I think this horse can sit just off, make the move, 2, 4, and 9.
And I'm 7, 6, and 4. On to race number 6, a $3,000 claimer for 3-year-olds and up that are non-winners of the year. Stretch are going a mile and a 16th.
They are going a
do you
mile and
like?
16. So I mentioned in the earliest race that it was maybe a 5,500. This is a 3,000.
This is definitely a 3,000.
And so understand that. It's really good to make the notes to understand, because a horse that runs in a previous race a nice second, that's probably a much better second than a potential. Well, we'll see how the times go, but just...
well, we'll see if they can go a mile on 16th.
That's true, too.
That's going to be a big key for a lot of these horses, too.
Yeah, we do know some of the ones that are off form do like going a little bit longer. We're going to go the 4. The horse was claimed out in the first start. Let's call it just an even effort. Then a decent workout since. Makes the drop. I like the drop, not to worry, because you do the math. No math class this time.
No,
but
you have time.
I do have time, but it's just it's one of those quick numbers.
Okay.
If this horse wins, gets the purse money, which would be paying more than the horse got claimed for. If the horse gets claimed and a win, that's a nice turnaround there. And also, if this horse runs back to the Hastings races, watch out. Extremely tough to beat.
Yeah, it's all about the distance in here, and I think there is a pace battle between number 2, Rick's Dancer, and number 8, Nene. Both of them have the same running style, run and gun. Both of them have won at a mile on a 16th, but I just see them battling. They could run around the racetrack together, but that's why I went to closers. I went to number 3, I Be Seeing You. This horse actually made a really good close last time out. 4th beaten 3 lengths, lost the photo to number 9, Freemaker, but has run the distance 5 times, a bunch of thirds in there. But the thing about Hastings is those horses, when they made the lead, they ran a long way. They got a little extra because a turn for home, the wire was right there, so you can last a little bit longer if you are a speed horse. So it was against the deep closers in there, and I look for I Be Seeing You to improve off that one, and I'm loving the 20-1 as I'm looking for closers in this race.
That's fair. Before I talked about my speed horse, I'll talk about the 5. Again, it's nice that you don't have this horse on your top selections.
Oh, yeah. I've been beaten up way too many times.
I originally write average efforts with this horse, and then I looked into it more, and I thought, it was probably a little better than average, because if you look, had that one trip that had a first start out, had that terrible trip.
Yep.
And then the last couple of the races were just that much quicker. And so this is one that's kind of dirtied up that now makes the drop. I was in for 3 last time. Drop, but even that was still a quick $3,000
Oh, yeah,
race.
with Inform
In
winning
Form, that dropper that you
coming
like.
back to win, and then Brannigan is sitting on a win.
Correct. So I think even slight improvement, this horse is sitting right there for another second.
Yeah, and the good thing is Galliano can go
Yes.
around 2 turns, does go to a different barn after being claimed, should be in a good position, but just likes running second, and especially when I put it on top. So, yeah, I'm going to put it in third, and if it does run second, that's okay.
You can still cash on your show
Yeah.
parlay if you were still alive, but who
Yeah.
are we kidding? Race 6.
That's a long way along.
That's car change, the purse, and
Yeah.
then anyway. Let's talk about the 8. I don't. Nene. You're probably bitter from 2 starts ago, is what that.
Yeah,
might have
yeah,
been.
okay.
Now I don't disagree that the 2 and the 8 kind of have the running style, but it's a mile and a 16th, and sometimes, well, not sometimes, but the jockeys understand they've got to conserve. Whereas 7 furlongs, we've seen fast to the turn, they go all out. There is a chance that the 2 and the 8 just kind of dawdle up front and kind of run around the track, and that's why just as a protection. Have that speed there. I don't like 8 to 5. I would need a lot more than that for the win. It's more of a protection in case it's a slow pace, 4, 5, and 8.
Yeah, and the last time a girl went against the boys, it was Princess Alaska against Brannigan in the non-winners of the year, and she beat Brannigan. I'm giving you 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to carry on to race number 7, an allowance race. 4 3 and up maidens. They're going to go 6 furlong stretch. This is an interesting little race.
It is an interesting race, and I'm going to say that this is a maiden special weight race. We've had some
compared to the last one with Red Dirt Alley.
Yeah, exactly.
That wasn't a top-notch maiden allowance.
Right, and there's many in here that are going to win at this level. We obviously only get 1 in today. But I do understand your top selection, and I'm going to explain why I had to go to the 4 as mine, and then you can defend yours, which
Sure.
I don't disagree.
Yep.
Main reason I went with the 4 is because this horse, yes, had the duel in front, but it was a first start in a while, a first start over the track, and I think that this horse is going to be that much better getting used to it. I think there is some other pace in here.
Where?
The Cortex can go.
Okay.
The Ralph's Gift can go.
In that soft race you're talking
Yeah,
about.
but it still has to go fast
Okay.
enough.
They don't have to bang it out with Banker Matt, who ended up winning.
That's true.
A way better race.
It was a better race.
Okay.
And that's why we have different selections.
Definitely.
And so I think that even if the 6 gets out there, I'm not completely sure the horse can get the distance. And so that's why I've got the 4 on top. I think it looks like a match race between yours and mine in the last for who's playing the Pick 5 ticket on Monday. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I like that wager. He's my uncle. I did like that horse a lot last time out. But Judge Oliver, 2 outs ago, had to go against Banker Matt, Cash Mule, Haggis. Duked it out with Haggis. Was on the outside. That was a 3-horse duel that day. But Haggis was on the inside and got the best trip. Cash Mule came from off it. Banker Matt came from the absolute clouds. And then last time out, Banker Matt, instead of coming from the clouds, said, okay, I'm the best in here. I'm going to the front. Battled with Judge Oliver every step of the way. Judge Oliver, I don't think ran a bad race at all. And I thought He's My Uncle should have beat it by even more. I think Judge Oliver gets loose today, and that's the horse you're going to have to catch.
Okay, yeah. And then we both have the 9 in here. Throw out the first race. It's irrelevant.
It's actually relevant. Look at the horse that ran second.
Well, I was going to mention about that one too. The horse came back. That one.
No, not
Corey.
that
The
Corey.
horse. Corey, but the horse.
That's the Derby horse.
That is the Derby
it's
horse.
in the Manitoba Derby.
The horse that won came back actually. I looked that up in a starter allowance, and then was been running an allowance, very competitive so that's not bad.
I just thought Corey was a standout one because it's one of the Derby hopefuls on Monday.
Fair. It did. It lost by a lot of lengths though.
Well, yeah,
but okay.
There was a reason though. Did you watch a replay on that?
I did not.
Okay, I did. The horse got out of the gate just a little bit slow in there, but it seemed like it was a little awkward because the jockey did not push the horse at all. There was no front, let's go. It was just he was just kind of sitting there. So I think this horse can show a little bit more than that beaten by 27. I'm expecting it to be in the thick of things early on, within probably 5 lengths of the lead. And you never know, with the nice horses that it did run against, this horse could be a little bit of anything, and some real nice workouts coming in.
Yeah, exactly. Look at the 101 and 1. Faster than a few of these horses have gone. That's your good rule that I like there. And then how about that 48 and 4 breezing? And so you've got that, and of course the breeding is solid too. So many things to like. It could have almost been my top pick, but it's just a bit of a guess on that, so can't leave that one out.
Also, look at number 7, Special Gift. Here's a first-time starter. Gift box, a 6-time winner, $1.1 million in earnings, all of them at a route of ground. The mom, 4 wins from 5.5 to 1 mile and an eighth. Has 1 full sibling that's still a maiden, 3 half siblings, all unstarted. So not much to go on here.
Okay, and I did include the 3, and you did say it's the slower, maybe not the best maiden special weight race. But I'm just looking at how this horse is close, slowly making an improvement. We saw the one yesterday, slowly made the improvement in one. It was the 3 horse. I know you got the name.
The one yesterday, the 3 horse.
Yeah.
There was no maiden that won yesterday. Maiden allowance?
No.
No.
There was we were on the 5. The horse that had the bad start.
Oh, we were on. Oh, yes. Give me a second.
That's okay. I got the numbers. We're okay. Same kind of thing. Same kind of angle. That this horse might just get a dream trip. I thought may not be the best, but when you get a great trip, that moves it up. So that's why I'm 4, 9, and 3.
And I'm 6, 9, and 4. Good luck with all your wagers this evening, and I'll be back in a bit with the changes on this evening's Carter Racing. And if everybody can get their pens and programs ready, here are the changes on this evening's 7-race Carrera Racing. Turning your programs to race number 1, there are no changes. Now turning your programs to race number 2, the Cheers to Your Right, Retirement Diane. Scratch number 5, Aves in Command. Number 8, Kate's Princess. The claiming price should read $3,750. Now turning your programs to race number 3, our feature race on the card, the 37th running of the Debutante Stakes. Kicking off jackpot pick 5 wagering. Scratch number 3, Cape Spear. Number 6, Today's Agenda. The ownership should read A2 Thoroughbreds, True North Thoroughbreds, and Anderson Livestock. And the jackpot pick 5 carryover, just over $476,000. Now turning your programs to race number 4, kicking off $50,000 guaranteed pick 4 wagering. There's just the lone overweight. Now turning your programs to race number 5, our VIP Fan of the Night race. Again, just an overweight. Now turning your programs to race number 6, our first of 2 classic high 5 races. Again, just the lone overweight. Now turning your programs to race number 7, our other classic high 5 race. Again, just a couple overweights. Well, a warm evening here in Winnipeg. Oh, look at this. I tell a story, and there we go. Hey, where's Morris and Reynolds?
They should be there with you, yep.
Well, I don't see Morris. Oh, there he is. There's Morris right in the corner.
All right.
All right, Stretch. They love you there.
Okay.
Currently under sunny skies, the temperature 31 degrees Celsius or 87 Fahrenheit. A nice light wind out of the south-southeast at 16 kilometers an hour or 10 miles an hour. And the track is listed as fast. A fast racetrack for this evening's 7-race Carrera Racing. We're going to kick it off right here in race number 1 as we did push back the post times in 50 minutes. And be sure to enter tonight's VIP Fan of the Night and $10,000 Lucky Long Shot draws. One ballot gets you into both draws, and ballots are available in the lobby. If you get to be VIP Fan of the Night, you're going to win some great prizes and get some exclusive behind-the-scenes access. And here's the big one. The person drawn for the $10,000 Lucky Long Shot gets to spin the Lucky Long Shot wheel for a chance to win up to $10,000 in cash if the horse with the highest odds wins the last race. And of course, tonight is Girls' Night Out, so there is food and drink specials on the main and third floor. There's special cash draws just for the girls. Draws of $100 will be made after races 4, 5, and 6. There's going to be some line dancing after races 2 and 4. And be sure to stop by the Girls' Night Out display in the lobby and take a photo with your fancy hat and fill out a ballot for a chance to win $150 in cash. And if you're new to racing, make sure you stop by and see Shannon, Roger, and Brad at the Fan Education Center, located on the main level. It's also the place to open a free HPI bet account so you can bet the races right from your phone. Even better, new account holders receive a free $25 deposit. And if you wager $100, you're gonna get $100 in bonus money. Have a great night of racing. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you a little bonus ASD Live as we are going to look at tonight's Jackpot Pick 5 segment. This is your last chance to try and scoop the pool all by yourself. It's going to be $500,000, and it's as little as 20 cents to get in on the action. You don't have to spend a lot of money. We have a couple of our tickets sitting up on the TV monitors right now, but whatever your betting platform is, they do have quick picks available. Even in the grandstand here at Assiniboia Downs, you can go to the touch totes or to the tellers and ask for quick picks, and for a toonie, you'll get 10 quick picks. They don't have toonies in the States or anywhere else we're broadcasting to, but that is a $2 coin if you do not know. So you can almost maybe get that lucky combination, and if you're the only winner, for just $2, you can get yourself $500,000. But we're going to go through the sequence. We're going to start at race number 3, and we're going to kind of tell you how you're going to be able to win it.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in there. So I've got 2 tickets, and so the 5 is going to be the big favorite in here. This horse is going to be $2.20 or maybe 40 cents at the most.
Yeah, no doubt about it. If the 5 wins, I can confidently say that it's going to be carried over, and it's a mandatory payout on Monday, Derby Day.
Correct, yeah, and just to understand that all the money that's been bet over the first few months is in there, sitting there, and then all the extra bet on that day. So it's about $2 million probably up for grabs. And with so many combinations, it's hard to get the pool. Whereas today, the pool will be a little bit smaller, but you can try to take a chance to scoop it. And that's what I did with the first ticket, or the second ticket. Only spent $7.20, but I didn't really I took a favorite, but a longer shot throughout. So even my key, but we'll get to that. So the first race, we both have the 5 on our main ticket.
Okay, we both have the 5. What we're trying to do is bankroll some money for Monday. That's pretty well what we're doing. We're thinking the 5 cannot be beat. So we just wanted to pay a couple $100 for it to have a little bit in the coffers going into Monday.
Yes, but my small ticket, taking a small shot with the 1 and the 4, the most likely horse that could beat the 5. So I didn't want to spend lots because I think it's only a small chance at that. But that's how I can get that big payout, taking a chance there.
And that's where the quick picks come in.
Yes, correct.
Because you never know what you're going to get, what's going to spit out of the machine. You just go through your tickets, and if that horse wins the first leg, you keep that ticket. Any other tickets that do not have the winner on, well, those ones will be hitting the floor. Okay, on to race number 4. I think the big favorite in here is number 3, Smoochero. That's the one you want to get beat.
Yeah, and that's what we've done on all 3 of our tickets. Yes, again, you're trying to find that longer shot in there, but you still have to survive. You still need the 5. And so what some people like to do is they bet all long shots. Well, it's rare that you get 5 big long shots in a race card. So you've got to find horses that actually have a chance. The 3 was, if you watched ASD Live a little bit earlier, that was both of our top selections. We both have we had it in a little bit different order. I had 3-6-1 and you had 3-1-6, and that's why we've got the horses there. You've taken a 6-1 shot on them.
Yeah. So if the 5 gets beat in the first leg, 80% of the tickets are gone.
Yes.
Now, if the 3 gets beat in the second leg, that's only about 5%, I would say, but then 85% of the tickets are gone. So let's head on to
so just before, so we both, I've got the 6 at 15-1 in there. So you get that horse in there, or even the 1.
Oh yeah,
that many more tickets. So still going from there.
Or if the 7 Magic Chrome wins, which is going to be about 30-1, that's going to kick out about 95% of the tickets.
Yeah, and if you want to play long shots, look for those. If you're newer to this and you want to actually pick a horse in each race or a couple, look for the longer odds and take a shot. Now we're into the fifth race
now.
Yeah, and you can see you've got 4 horses on one ticket.
Yeah.
I've got 5 on my main ticket, and then I had to take my best 3 because I'm just keeping that saver ticket down in price. So what's your top selection in that race?
Mine is the 7 designated hitter at 4-1.
Yeah, so that's a nice price. Not the longest shot, or not the favorite, a mid-price. And I've got a few of them in there. The 4-horse that we both have is 7-1, and the 9-horse for me is my top 3 in there is at 6-1. Those are the type of horses that start making it pay. And who's going to be the favorite in that race?
It's going to be close between Finding Ways, Soaring for the Sun, and I think Classico.
Okay.
And even designated hitter, they're all going to be around the same price, 2-1 to 4-1.
Yeah, and the 6 is the morning line favorite. But as you said, it's so close. We'll see how it goes. And now moving into the next race.
On to race number 6. If you have the all button, you're comfortable.
Yes. And
if you don't have the all button, I have 5 horses and I'm still not comfortable.
Correct. And so you've got a 25-1 on the 1.
See, I took all closers.
Yeah.
That's what I got in here. I left the speed out. I think the speed's going to battle. So I took all the closers. If speed wins the race, I'm out.
Yeah, and that's more than fair. I've taken 4, 5, and 8 in here. I've got kind of closer. I think it's not going to be as fast a pace as you think. And again, I've got one favorite in there, and the other ones are different prices. I did use the 8. My small ticket, I didn't want to key a favorite because I'm trying to get the pool. So I took the 4.
Yeah, that's a gutsy key in this race. But on a race that there's so many possibilities, if you can ever key a horse in one of those types of races that isn't a favorite, your ticket costs so much more and you can spend around that horse.
Correct. And that's why it's a good way is if you're going in by yourself, take a chance somewhere and then you can expand and take that many more horses. I don't disagree with your 5 horses. I just couldn't key the last race, so that's why I went.
Yeah, I couldn't key the last race either. Okay, on to race number 7, Stretch.
Yeah.
The favorites in here are probably going to be the 4 and 6 with the 9 just a little on the outside, but then the 3-2-1 taking money outside of that.
Yeah, and we both like the 9 for the workouts, and the thing is, if you're looking at it 6-1, if you're newer, it's like, oh, that's a terrible race. That's why they might get left off tickets, and that's the type of horses you want to have that could win. Whereas as the 4 is the favorite in here, probably will be the favorite, I would think. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. In the end, was the favorite last time out. Definitely a big shot of being the favorite today.
Yeah, so if one of those win, again, you're probably not getting the pool, but if you can get another price, if you can key earlier, you can go from there. So you had one ticket of 24.
Yeah, one ticket, $24, that's it.
Yeah, and that's fair. And I played 2 just because I wanted that little one to take a shot to swing for the fences. We'll see. That would pay my bottom ticket. If the 1 or 4 win that first leg, then it gets interesting. Otherwise, we're just kind of building up for the money on Monday. Yes, so very exciting day to take a shot. I like those 20 centers. That always makes it.
Yeah, so for those of you who have one of the HPI accounts or whatever your betting account is, your betting platform, you got some change kicking around in there. You might be the best handicapper in the world, but I'm going to tell you, every now and then, a little quick pick might give you a lot of life, keep you up late at night. As we are starting later, you might be alive until that last race with some long shots in there for only 20 cents. So you can bet that starting right now. The races do start. The pick 5 sequence starts in race number 3, but you can pre-bet it before that.
Exactly right. All right.
All right, that's bonus ASD Live for you. Post time for race number 1, 19 minutes away. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we are advising that the Carter Racing has now been canceled. We follow strict safety guidelines for our horses and jockeys, and the projected weather forecasts have simply not improved to the point that allow us to race. We thank you for your patience and understanding. Your programs can be exchanged for any other race day during the season. Happy hour is now underway in the climate-controlled second floor clubhouse, and 140 VLTs are online for your entertainment until 1 a.m., including the free $500 cash draw coming up later.